Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I had been wanting to do an update on my truck on what I've done. So this is my 2018 F-150 and we take it out to the mountains quite a bit. We like to go trail riding, hunting, all the fun stuff. But as you can see, I have a little bit of a clearance issue the way it is stock. It was hard to get into a lot of areas with the stock tires and the stock height of the front and rear of the vehicle, and even my breakover clearance. So you can see there, just very minor trail, and still, having that clearance issue. I was pushing dirt earlier with the front little spoiler. I mean, going through these simple ruts could, if I don't go over them correctly, be scraping the bottom, and something I didn't really want. I didn't want to go out and get an F-250 with more clearance or anything like that. I wanted to stick with my truck that I have now and just do a little bit of modification. You can see even at the front there, pushing the dirt. The front spoiler was 12.5 inches from the ground where I had my vehicle parked at the time, and after the lift it brought up to 16.5 inches. You can see the lift there on the bottom. The clearance issue was a big deal for me, so I decided to go with the lift rather than the leveling kit. I didn't want to have any issues with the leveling kit later on. These are the tires I put were Kanati Trail Hogs. Great, the nice looking tire. I put 275/65/20s. This is the way the truck came out after the lift. It's a 4-inch lift by Zone, who's also a sister company to BDS, I believe. I think the suspension lift came out just the way I wanted it. I kept my CV angles straight, so I don't have any angled CV joints, which would be a problem later on if I continue 4-wheel or off-road the vehicle, I would assume, or I've been told. Suspension ride stock, have the stock shocks in there still. They put the spacer on the front of the suspension. We had the brackets put in to drop all the suspension down to keep it stock. The ride is very good still, ride stock. Clearance height is not an issue now. As you can see, I kept the stock wheels. These tires turned out to be 34s overall. The way it sits, I love the way it sits. For what I use it for, mine's going to be more of a camping truck, hunting truck, out in the mountains truck, so I needed that clearance. And once again, these Trail Hogs did a great job. I went out and hit some mud a little bit on a trail, and I mean, they did great. They shed the mud pretty good. They hum a little bit on the highway because they are an aggressive all-terrain. This Zone lift, as you can see, you have the blocks underneath with the U-joints, or the new shocks on the bottom, Zone shocks, nitrogen, and U-bolts is what I was going to say, the new U-bolts with the block. The truck tires and wheels sit flush with the truck, which is something I really wanted. I didn't want my tires sticking out to the side because then it'd be throwing mud, being that I'm going to be out in the mountains or the trail quite a bit. So it sat flush, which is exactly what I wanted. Really love the look of that. Gotten a lot of compliments just because it's just a clean look the way it's set up right now. So I could get a wider wheel or put a spacer, but that, once again, that wasn't the look I was going for. So I wanted more of a stock, higher, more aggressive truck for the trail and off-roading. It looked great stock. It's a clean looking truck. I think the sport package with the FX4 was a good option. I mean, you have the rear locking differential on this 2018. I think all the FX4s have that. And once I got the lift back, it was it looked great. The tires, I took them out. Where I live, there's a lot of sand and mud, so these tires did really well once again. Kind of just doing an overall walk around my vehicle, or truck, I guess I could call it. It handled the dirt really well. Highway, like I said, had a little bit of humming, small vibration, nothing major, nothing that I would complain about really. Just giving my honest opinion. On the dirt, they held up really well around corners and not going all that fast, but if I was out hunting and doing the trails, the sand, they did really well. The suspension, once again, cleared all the ruts. I didn't have no issues on that. This is, once again, a 4-inch lift. I could put 35s on it, but I like the way the 34s sit, just because I go through a lot of snow and sand and mud, and I really like the way they cut through it. So overall, very happy with this lift. I'll put some links on the bottom, but overall the truck handles really well with a 4-inch lift. No issues whatsoever. Here you can see is same spot I was in earlier when I had my vehicle stock. Now going up this little area, there was no problem clearing this area. No scraping, no struggles. These Kanatis did great in the mud. They shed the mud. It was very slippery mud, and there was no issue with them whatsoever. They're not even the mud terrains that Kanati makes, and overall, as an all-terrain tire, they were awesome. I was super stoked about them. Great job. Can't say enough about this tire. Very, very nice, aggressive look and feel to it when it was on the mud and the soft dirt. So I hope you liked the video. Once again, overall 4-inch lift, 2018 Ford F-150 FX4. Tires, Kanati, they're great. Links will be in the description. Once again, like the video and subscribe. Have more videos coming soon. Thank you. Have a good day, guys. Bye.